Hello everybody, and welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream, where once again we are starting off with arbitrary technical difficulties. I did get the gift sub, and it showed up in my little tracker, but my stream layout refuses to acknowledge it. And apparently when you play a bird clock, that gets acknowledged, but then it refuses to go back to the list of what we're playing afterwards, and nobody's got time for that. What we do have time for is some more Castleweavia. We started this one last week, made it roughly halfway through, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it, and I'm not looking forward to doing yet more stream debugging. So let's do the fun stuff instead. Got my game speed properly set. What on earth? There we go. I tabbed over to Zeta, but like, it was not acting like it had focus. I couldn't unpause there. Everything breaks today. I didn't crank up my volume either. I nicely... Now that's loud for me. I nicely asked Daisy to put in something to let you set a default volume. And he did. And I've never used it. Every time I just tell myself, nah, it's easy. Just hit F11 before you start your stream. It takes 2 seconds. I never do. Alright, let's get back to where we were here. We can't listen to this forever, as tempting as it would be. It's too hot for that. We are here as Mr. Michael Belmont, hunting down Dracula with our buddies who tell us we need a bath. Did I spend my money? Well, it looks like I have a decent amount of money. Last time we've got a bunch of equipment here we can buy and upgrade. I bought the axe, you start with the dagger. Now I upgrade the whip once. Holy water, cross. Last week we bought the axe. This week... Actually, can we even afford all this? I know this stuff gets a little pricey. How much is it? Oh no, we got tons of cash then, okay. Health and magic I haven't been too worried about. How much is the next whip upgrade though? Okay. Well, yeah, I'll do that. That's always going to be worth it. Ah, okay. Yeah, we did have that issue though. We're just trying to do like 2 at once, so we'll buy that, but we want to buy that later because otherwise we're buying 2. The stopwatch is like a good item to have in these games. I don't know how good it's going to be here though. These boards are big. Thank you for the subscription, Lime. We've got busted everything once again, so 4 months. Thank you very much. No fun audio-visual acknowledgement for you, unfortunately. I'm gonna go with the holy water just to see how that works here. I'm just playing on the version I guess that's right, I could update this. That's okay. Were there any other bug fixes? I did not update this. Alright, I'll get super good axes. Super good whip. And some holy water. I'm so used to ZZT's saves, like, containing the entire game state as opposed to stuff being loaded externally. I'm used to that not being possible, and you just having to either deal with it or start over. But yes, I could have actually updated this. But if that's the only bug we've got, then I think we'll manage. That's something we can work around at least. Okay, so Dracula wasn't at home, he wasn't in his garden, he wasn't at the library. I think we're gonna check if Dracula's going fishing here in level 4. The watery cavern? Looks like it. Let me see if I remember my controls. We got, is it X to... Okay, yeah, X toggles my Cool Whip power. Not to be confused with the whipped dairy product Cool Whip. Actually, again, like, this is all in the game. I don't need to just be like racking my brain over this information. That's also true. It's more of a hot whip than a cool whip. C for sub-weapon, X for the power, Z for the potion. And a quick note on our candle colors. Okay, I think my brain is somewhat functioning today. It got hot today, and it wasn't hot at first. So now I'm dying. Let's go right to this holy water so we can figure out what that's all about. Okay, that lingers a bit, I see. That's fun. Right. And we just touched a melee. Yeah, our air conditioner situation here is we got a portable one that a friend didn't need anymore. But it's a pain to kind of set up because there's no good windows for it here, so we put it in like a patio door, and then we have to like run cardboard above because it's too tall to have like a seal. So I keep putting off actually doing that, especially because once I start using the air conditioner, I don't like to stop using the air conditioner. Alright, we got more of our skull-headed dudes here. Whoa. Sorry, did they shoot lasers last time? I don't remember them shooting me. Those guys I remember shooting me. They're very aggressive. They're so aggressive. This is one of those rooms where I'd much rather just cower and around the edge and hide. Yeah, these are the scary ones. Oh, I love that little... I think that's like a little Cthulhu dude. I can't map that to just a Castlevania creature. Is that a creature from the Black Lagoon kind of guy? We got Dracula's fish. Again, these guys popping up on me. I gotta get my groove back here with this melee. Malachi, okay. Whoa, where'd you come from? I thought I got them all. Well, let's see how the holy water will do. Well, it is... I'm having a very hard time hitting somebody with it. Oh, and I did die. But it does seem very good, at least, at blocking projectiles. All the fish are back now, unfortunately for me. There we go. Ooh, I got him in one. I'm liking this holy water. I was a bit worried about it. I figured things might just kind of run away from it after getting hit. No, this seems pretty solid. At least on these guys. Alright, I'm satisfied with my purchases, at least. Well, now I'm wondering if I should have just upgraded the holy water instead of the axe. What are these creatures? They're very strong. This is a very bad spot to be. I'm like 8 kinds of poisoned right now. Ooh, have I actually not used a potion before? I don't remember the nice little flash. That's good. Oh, I gotta remember to shut off this flame whip. Blue ring octopi. Goth vampire blue ring octopi. That sounds like a green herring drawing waiting to happen. I feel like I did, but I don't remember the flash. I may have been like too panicked then to have paid attention. Now, why am I here in the middle of this floor? Whoa, oh, that's a mean start. God. Okay, I think the difficulty has definitely ramped up. I was struggling a bit with some of these guys last time, but a room full of people that stun you is a lot more threatening, especially ones that move around now. Yeah, that's gonna get me killed trying that. How's the axe? Wrong one. Figure out my range a bit. Having a hard time. Oh, goodness. Man, I just cannot even land a single attack here. Michael is not the guy for this, apparently. I'm just gonna take my money and leave. I'm still on team, this is a good sound. We're ruining the experience, though, with all these projectiles flying at all times. Okay. This is getting serious now. I think if you get fully surrounded, they might actually just lock you in place. I wasn't whipping anything. You're gonna be hearing my keyboard today, because when I'm not in a panic, I try to press the keys nice and softly so it doesn't pick up as badly. But that's not gonna happen tonight. Okay, I will take my money and I will try to go. Brutal. Okay, actually, if you open 3 chests at once, then the sound is a bit less pleasant, sorry. I do have my limits. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Actually, is the dagger... How long was the dagger range? It's been a bit. Okay. So perhaps I should have upgraded that a bit. Kind of just wrote it off because it's the dagger, it's the dull weapon. But at this point, having something that actually can travel the whole screen seems kind of good. Especially... No. I'm just dying in many ways. Okay, that's right. These guys spawn in the little Hune plants. I'm not going to break these from this side. That will just get me hurt very badly. Yeah, I'm going to need these potions now too, for sure. It's mostly because I gotta like win a fight against them to do that. It's still very risky. If I like miss my input just ever so slightly, I'll just end up getting hit. They just feel much better off avoided. This is what happens when you have a ZZT game without friendly fire for a change. Thanks to Weave, you can, you know, not have all these objects just constantly killing each other. Which it turns out makes things a lot more difficult when it's all up to the player to actually defeat the enemies. How are you with these daggers? This ain't. It just seems very, very risky. And there's not really too much of a reward for doing that. Was it the holy water worked really good on that guy? There we go. That's satisfying. Now that all these enemies are giving me so much difficulty, having something that I can just hit and be done with is really good. Okay, so yeah, I like the weakness aspect. I think that's a good idea. Did not potion fast enough there. I've done a decent job with the bosses, at least. What's north of here? I feel like I don't remember there being another exit. I feel like this was a linear path. What, does this connect to something? Ah, right, okay, I've used the port. Two of them? Are there two bosses or two entrances to the boss room? Oh, God. Just chug that. Let's see what we're up against here. They vanished. Okay, one of these dudes. This is manageable. Alright, where'd you go? They don't seem to have a projectile though. Wrong button. Okay. I'll go back to shooting them. Now let's get out of here. This is a scary level. I'm very worried about the remaining ones. Actually, wait. Alright, 2 boss doors. Okay. Well, you can get holy watered. We know that much. There we go. This is... Oh, that was very easy. Oh, that's right. It warps you out instantly. Ah, well, I missed out on a couple coins and stuff. You have the watery caverns and got the requisite spell. The hunt continues. You need to cast this spell on holy ground. Isn't there a cathedral nearby? Yes, but it was desecrated by Dracula's minions years ago. We'll have to clear it out and reconsecrate it. Sounds like a job for you. For all of us. You need to help clear the monsters out. We got all the money now, though, actually. Yeah, see, I got my bath. Got a sore whipping arm, as one would. Alright, what's in our shop today? We've got... We got the cash. Let's just buy all the items. I will save here. Let's see. Yeah, I think if you're frozen, it might be good to just not be able to be refrozen to like reset that timer or anything. Yeah. Let's try. The holy water did me good, honestly. And you know, thinking of it, actually the stopwatch probably is helpful. And I'm sitting on all these potions. How much does it say to upgrade health? Yeah, but that's only 10. I don't know if that's really worth it. And I think this will probably buy 2, maybe. Actually, is this working right? Because I'm pretty sure I did buy an upgrade in the end, and it's still saying chain whip. Oh, that's okay. 10 per health pickup. That's right. Even so, let's upgrade the daggers a bit too. And I'm gonna go all in on this stopwatch. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go all in on axes. I'm gonna go all in on crosses. Yeah, I know that's been fixed. This is me being on the old one. Okay. Onward to the cathedral. I like this little building. Actually, I like both these little buildings. These are good buildings. The desecrated church. Oh, I'm loving the stained glass. Oh no, upside down crosses. That's a telltale sign of a Dracula. Oh, let me just immediately start in a cash money room. Oh, look at this. Oh. Hold up. I'll get a look at these. Oh, those are Medusa heads. Okay. I was trying to parse the character, and now I see it clearly. Now I'm worried, though, now that I realize these are Medusa heads. Y'all can stay on that side of the cross, if that's okay. There seems to be that was a lot of money. I'm sorry, it is worse if you open multiple of these at once. Yeah, no, sorry, I won't. Won't do that. Yeah, now I don't feel so bad that I'm not actually attacking them because they're just coming in hot. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Yeah, the character set is really nice. Actually, yeah, we got some new stuff. We got... Okay, we got us a boomerang. How's it? Oh, okay. We got us an actual ZZT boomerang. With Weave, it's finally possible to not make it pure jank. The stopwatch, I assume. Okay, yes. As I suspected, that'll come in handy if we have a nice large group. Okay, I'm gonna keep on crossing. Well, I was doing okay against them. Now, you don't like bad sounds, but you want Joe of the Jungle ZZT, I see. I see how it is. I remember episode 3 had some particularly nasty ones. Episode 3 has a lot of particularly nasty things in general. I think this is just, it's from the museum. I'm pretty sure it was the 2.0. Yeah, it's the 2.0 one, because that was the latest one on the museum when I first started streaming these. And then there's a 2.1 that is after that. At least I believe. Oh, oh no, that's right, because I moved. Oh, that's good. Well, unknown color. That's what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? That's Lovecraftian, unknown colors. That fits. Alright, this level seems much more favorable to me than the last one. Oh, were the spawners visible on the cash money board? I did not notice them there. But I mean, admittedly, bright yellow on bright white is a bit tough to see. Not that you even need to see them, really, but this at least lets you discover where they're going to be coming from, so you know before they show up. Actually, let me get a... Well, that wasn't worth it. I just wanted to get a screenshot of the Medusa room. And now I'm dying. Let's just drink. These evil hearts. Oh, that's the no sub-weapon. Scale you back a little bit. Okay. Well, if we found the boss, or at least a boss. Yeah, the breaking glass sound. That's one. Okay, I think the stopwatch can be useful for bosses too, it seems. Go back to our cross. I like that you actually did get all the sub-weapons in here. I was really expecting it to be you pick one. And maybe you could change it or something, but I didn't expect to be able to just actually cycle through them all. Well, if that's not timed to potion, I don't know what is. It is more fun. So is this. There we go. Also, there's already like 4 characters. Having to try out each weapon would kind of just be asking for a lot of playthroughs. Gone from behind there. I need this to go away. There we go. Now I just kind of want to... Okay. It will give up on returning to you after a point. I was curious if I could start just like flooding the room with them up top there. Well. Oh, right, you explode. These guys up more if I can't use my weapons like this. You know, I was gonna make a run for the boss. Having it play every like tick, I think, is excessive. It's honestly like the worst thing about this game, I would argue. Oh, I'm still like this? I mean, one easy thing to do is change the player's background color. I know that won't work for the instances where you're like poisoned and paralyzed in the water level and such, but in general, that's at least something that lets you indicate better what's going on. Plus, you're always looking at the player. I mean, I imagine that's probably already being tracked. Obviously, I'm just guessing, but... maybe I shouldn't be whipping away my only cover. There we go. This is our strategy. Bad strategy. Might just be best to whip. potion. Unless this does it. Nope. Actually, quiet this down a little. Oh, that's right. I saved with 10 health. Oh, I was nowhere near winning this fight, huh? Oh, that's still going. Get me out of here. You clear the desecrated church and cast the spell. The spell revealed that Dracula is all the way back at his castle. The hunt continues. I can't believe we have to turn around and go back. Is this going to be like the inverted castle? Think of it as a classic hero's journey. We learned a lot along the way. And best prepare. My father is very dangerous. Alright. It's time once again for Dracula's child to kill Dracula. Everybody's all amped up. How's Dracula Daily going? Oh, are you kidding me? My internet just died. We're back. Internet's still terrible, just in a different way. Alright, after we're finished with all of this, would you like to come to my villa? Sorry, but no. I prefer women, I'm afraid. Oh, huh. Sorry, Michael. Shut down. Okay, we get presumably one more shopping trip. Yeah, this is still always gonna say chain whip. What if I just... because it seems like most of this stuff is maxed out. Yeah. So axes are maxed out. Holy water's maxed out. Was it just one upgrade then for these? That would track. Yeah, okay, so that's all good. More magic. Oh, that didn't take my money. Well, let's just... let's just see what happens if I buy 30 whip upgrades at once in this version. Okay, so I think we are... in either of these... okay, so either there's some more issues with the store, or we're just all maxed out at this point. That's all our shopping then. I have like no magic left. I am probably in bad shape for this. I'm maxed, confirmed, okay. Oh, we're Bacula at Dracula. He should be home this time. Final level, Castle Dracula. I appreciate games that will tell you that, hey, this is the final level. And we're still... okay. Still cursed. I like this Michael character. I do need to... what did... I'm assuming you played the other ZZT Castlevania game that this Michael character is from. Like, does he have personality in it? Also, I'm only just now appreciating the little dingies. I've looked up this term like 3 times in the past year. It has actually come up. The little hidey spots on the castle walls. It's a good look. Okay, just flashing. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine there's much in there. I think that's like a 5-board game. I know when I first found it, I played it for a few minutes. Okay, Dracula, please open up. Oh, we really are? Oh, that's, well, I mean, can't go wrong with a stopwatch. Unless you die afterwards. The bats are on fire now. That, I don't believe, was the case before. This is actually a cool effect. This is frightening. I don't want the fire to touch me, if you can believe that. These jerks, I keep running past thinking they're out of the way. That's a good enemy, though. I really like that. I only have 2 potions. I don't want to run away from every enemy I see, but that might end up being the smart strategy. Oh man, now I gotta try and remember the layout here, too. Oh boy, okay, so the werewolves, lots of fire. I don't want to go this way. And what are the skeletons gonna do? They have lasers now, okay. That seems a bit excessive. Yeah, you ain't doing much with a dagger on that. Okay, holy water, good. Listen, I'm sure Jules Verne wrote about laser rifles all the time. I sure hope Jules Verne was around in 1830. I think he's like civil. I mean, he was probably alive. Let's go, Jules Verne. Come on, let's go. Let's hear it for Jules Verne and his laser rifles. I don't think I've ever seen those guys. I've played very, very little of Symphony of the Night. I did not get far in that at all. As I said last time, I only really played Aria and Dawn of Sorrow. I don't remember them there, but in both cases, it's been many years. That was a bat. Are you spawning flaming bats? Please don't do that. There we go. Jules Verne was 2 in 1830. See, he was around. Oh, multi-step. No, I'm just probably dead. Stopwatch, stopwatch, stopwatch. Yeah. Oh man, you like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? I had to read that as like a summer reading for 10th grade, and I didn't finish it. And I was like a nerdy child who had read Jules Verne before, and who always did their homework. I think the moment I found out that the teacher was gonna only test us on 2 of the 3 books the advanced English class was supposed to read. Why am I a flashing E right now? I don't know what happened here, but I'm having fun with this. I just loaded a save. And every so often, I get a bad color. What if I... What? It's acting like vanilla ZZT or something here. What happened here? No, we didn't. I know you can't see the sidebar, but it says we've ZZT still. And it's not like it crashed or anything. I just quit out and out of curiosity. What happened? What'd I do? How'd I unweave? I'm sorry, what's going on here? I mean, I'm gonna restart it now, but... I mean, Will is currently in rough shape, from what I hear. Okay, I'm not... Yeah. Like, we all hope Will comes back, and regardless of what output... Oh, gotta turn the speed up. Regardless of what output he provides, he doesn't gotta do none of that, but... What the hell happened there? Because now it's fine. Oh, we're good now, it seems. Oh, right. Okay. Let's just accept that room as it is. Oh, okay, I was wondering why I wasn't making much progress there. Oh god. This is getting to be a bit too much for me. I think this is beyond my skill level. The lasers are fantastic. I love the lasers. This is turning into a Dracula speedrun. But this is... I screwed up majorly again. This guy seems mean. No, that ain't happening. Okay, we're not the letter E. No, we're stopwatching. We're gonna be stopwatching a lot from this point forward, I think. Oh my god. Do I have the... Nope, I don't have the time. Yeah, getting caught down here is just... I feel like I don't have that much magic for it. Like, if I... Like, the moment they get you, it's not... There's not much I can do. It's like, I can't move, is the thing. And the second that happens, and there's like 8 enemies around me, that's it. We gotta stopwatch. That's gonna be good enough. Yikes. What's even this room for? There doesn't appear to be an exit. Whoa. Okay, well that time it just crashed. Oh. 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 Did that board break the memory limit? Even the Weave memory limit? I think I just broke my save doing that. What's my other save? That's a lot earlier, but that's at least still on the right level. Yeah, that... I think that overdid it on the memory once those things started moving. Let me actually see for that one. That's the one where it's zipped. Is it one of these? I swear one of these was not zipped. Are all these? Okay, this first one. I mean, that's an old version, but... Okay, level 6. Oh, it doesn't seem that huge. I don't know, but the one that was included, because I know you like uploaded like the web version. Like I got a dedicated folder just for this. I extracted the zip and put it in there. Oh, wait. Oh, I think that's from like last... I think this is actually level 1. Yeah, this is... I don't have my weapons here. That ain't good. This is gonna be... like the start of the stream. Yeah, we just, all that progress is gone. Oops. Does Weave have cheats? It's got ammo. I can cheat for ammo. But that's going to be using like a board command, so there's not really a way I can just get in there. Is there a board? Oh, good. Thank you, Snorp. That will save the day. I'm going to be underpowered. Well, it's like... there's so little left is the problem. Like, I'm on like board 6-5 or something out of 6-10. I would like to see this through, but I don't want to actually replay all of this. Is that just gems, actually? Oh, so that's how you're doing it. It's just a different world map board. Okay. Let me just spend some cash. That was specifically... oh, yeah, that is literally the last non-boss board? Do I have to defeat all the monsters on that board? Yeah, like... I broke my save on this board, 6-10. I was kind of curious. Actually, does this still work? It's got all the memory it needs, and also, yeah, like that. Well, no, that's right. It's not. It's got memory to play the board. It doesn't have memory to save the board, I think is the issue. But even so, like, I have the same board open in the file viewer on the museum, and it's only like 4 kilobytes because all of code is stored externally. And does that get filled in when you save? I guess it would have to. I haven't really thought about this. I was trying to say, like, that's definitely what happened. Yeah, I have too many. Well, that's not going to make a difference when I leave a board. It's only going to make a difference, like, when I save and it tries to save the board, it's still going to be capped at... I think Weave is still able to bump it up to, like, 30 kilobytes, but I think if it has to include all the enemy code in that save, because it can't load it later... I'm not 100 on how that works with Weave, honestly. But I feel like any other alternative would be kind of buck wild if it was relying on extra... Yeah, because, like, if you zap a label, that modifies the code. It has to be loading it in. That's honestly less of a bug for you and more of a bug for Weave, I think. It should check, like, if you can't save, or when it's trying to compress the board, if it can't do it, it should just abandon the attempt. I mean, yeah, you could also do stuff like that, but if you couldn't tell, I'm being challenged by this game once these enemies started becoming so numerous. Like, I would not get through this game if I couldn't save in the middle of these boards. It would be a very daunting process. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it would go a lot slower for me. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just bump my health up a little bit. And we're gonna see what we can accomplish here. There's not gonna be much. Oh my god, there's so much. Do I need to defeat all the enemies on this board specifically? I mean, worst comes to worst, you could always do something like a difficulty option and just have some of these objects check for a difficulty value before they do anything, and if it's not the right difficulty, just die. Oh, don't get hit by skeleton lasers. I say as I get hit by another skeleton laser. Yeah, I gotta... It's not that I want to cheat through this. It's just that I'm convinced if I save at all on this board, I will be stuck. At least until I get the numbers down a bit. Yeah. Oh, also this save is old enough that I only have the axe and the dagger. I do have a good whip. Okay, we are calming down a bit, it seems. Curiosity. Okay, yeah. These save files are like megabytes because it does have to load all that code in. wonder if we would just be better off doing its own save format. Maybe they keep the original in as like a debug option for testing stuff and updates, but maybe a finalized version that's just like, no, we'll go all out for board size if need be, at the expense of, you know, not being able to just rename it to .ZZT and open it and things. Boy, I was doing okay until these guys showed up. Okay, yeah, we saved. Now what, though? I was kind of hoping Dracula would show up. He's on a different board. But where do I go? This appears to be a dead end. Ah, okay. So I didn't even need to be here. Oh, doing this without the stopwatch, though. We're gonna... I think I'm just gonna warp to that board. What was it? Board. Sorry I broke it at, like, the very end. That was certainly not my intent. Another tedious scion of Belmont. Don't your kin get bored of this? Not yet. I always love smashing a vampire's face in. Very well, mortal. It begins. He's got a much more jovial-looking sprite than I expected. My god. Can I save on this board? Okay. We got it. Step 1, approach the Dracula. Okay. I think he gets out of the way, or at least tries to as soon as you hit him. This might take a bit. I don't have any idea if these daggers are even upgraded. Just try to ignore all the madness going on around me. Well, I mean, to be fair, I did just kind of jump directly to this board, and Lord knows what's supposed to be set or not. Now that I look at it, Dracula looks a lot more like a Dracula. And he also behaves a lot more like a Castlevania Dracula. I love the animation, though. Like, this is a really good visual effect. I'm sorry I had to compromise this fight so badly. Let's see, does this classic trick still work? Yes. Intercept the sights. Okay, there's a bit more. Ooh, that was a good teleport. That was a good teleport. They're very difficult to shoot. Like, I'm running out of ammo here. I have unpowered daggers. Like, I am not in prime Dracula taking down condition here. Having a lot of fun watching that memory go. Oh, y'all can't even see that memory. Y'all are missing out. I do have the axe. Yeah, like, I'm woefully underpowered for this, and I don't think there's much I can do here. I can hang out on his throne. I think I might just have to go back to this some other time, because yeah, sorry, I'm gonna be very much missing out on the proper experience here, and guess what? Now y'all get to play this. Y'all get to see the ending for yourselves. Oh, two of the scythes are they're kissing in the corner. Yeah, I'm sorry it didn't work out there at the end. That was really just me being bad at the game and letting it snowball into, well, I just won't kill anything. And that's not good, apparently. Yeah, if you want to, like, return to this, I think, like, this is a cool game. I think it's nice to actually see a ZZT action game that can be fast-paced. The difficulty really ramped up, though, towards the end. I don't know if it would have the same difficulty curve if I was... I don't know, it's slowing itself down. I'm just gonna let you rest. I don't know if it would have the same difficulty curve if I had ended up picking a different character, because obviously they're going to have different abilities and things available to them. But this ended up being a bit much for me. Well, the upgrades... I was going to say, if you really wanted to go buck wild, you could pick a different character per level or something, but that wouldn't really mesh well with the upgrade system, because then you would not be able to upgrade everything if you were trying to split that out. But I really like the interpretation of some of these enemies. They converted to ZZT well. The graphics are very cute. The game's a lot of fun. It just got a bit overwhelming, and it's got a couple of bugs that gotta get smoothed out, I think. But aside from that, this is definitely a neat one. This is definitely worth your time, even as it is. It's just gonna be a tough one to get through. And also, I am even here still playing like a dated version. There's already been at least some fixes. At least like the whip purchasing and stuff. But alright. Sorry it ended on a bit of a downer. This is a cool game, and I think more people should play this. I'll just drop the link to the latest one here. I gotta start like actually promoting these things a bit more. But any folks who would like to give this a shot can give that a download. Although I think that's like the web version too. Yeah, there's some also the sound is the only other big thing. Some of the audio gets a bit nuts. I like the coin collecting sound when there's just one chest. I like that. I think it's good. I'm pro chests full of gold. When you open 4 at once, though, that ain't great. But the status conditions, I think, is something that could probably be improved. But, like, even as this is, it ain't bad by any means. This is fun. I'm sorry it's gotta end the way it's ending, but sometimes you run out of memory. Yeah, that's also one thing. You can just speed that up. No, listen, I will fight you. You're lucky this stream is over. I would run a poll right now. I'll make it a redeem. Every time somebody donates bits, it'll play that great coin sound. Alright. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I was still having fun there. that is going to do it for this Friday. We'll be back again on Sunday. Thank you, Verisa, for making this. Thank you again for putting Michael Belmont from the ZZT game. I'm glad to see this guy's showing up again, bringing them back. That will do it for tonight. We will be back again on Sunday with some more unpreserved ZZT worlds. What are we doing? Did we finish Doomsday? No, we're finishing Doomsday. We're finishing Doomsday. And I've got some other short stuff planned for afterwards. And then after that, we'll be back again on Friday with something else to be determined. But thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun. Thank you for the folks who subscribed and gave bits and all that stuff during this stream that once again did not want to show up. And also thank you all for putting up with the internet dying for a minute. Life is suffering. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Later.